I never fix it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. A wiggy welcome back to us, really, and to everybody out there. It is the Sneaks and Stats podcast, episode 31. Please subscribe on our YouTube, like, and comment on our videos. Please tell us how you feel. Drop shoes on Copper Night, and we'll put it on the next episode.
Drop, bro. Copper drop.
Copper Drop. What am I saying?
I will change it just for you.
No. Copper Drop. And please follow us on our socials as well. Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok.
TikTok. TikToks.
We missed you guys.
Yeah, we did. I hope you missed us. What are these you got here? Some new shoes?
I got a new cop, and these are the part of the...
You're not dropping them.
I'm not dropping them at all.
No.
These are the Nike Dunk ceramics. That's part of the Ugly Duckling pack that we talked about.
Oh, nice. So we talked about for the Copper Drop.
Last episode, yeah. So I just got these. I've been wanting these since they came out. I'm so happy that they're finally joining the family.
Congrats, bro. Look
Thank you,
good.
bro.
They look super clean.
And you just came from somewhere. Where did you come from?
I came from New York City. Hey, bada bing, boom, pizza.
Pizza. The large apple.
It was the biggest apple I have ever seen.
That's right. And then did you have fun out there?
Yeah, it was sick, dude.
Yeah.
Lots of I commented on. I'm like, this is a shoe town. There's so many. I told you, there's so many crazy, like, everyone. I saw all the new releases we've talked about in the last few weeks. I saw them all. They're all there.
Your neck was broken playing.
Yeah, I was like, hey. Yeah, it was crazy. It
Yeah.
was cool. It was super fun. It wasn't too cold, so.
What would you say was the best part of the trip?
Saw the Nutcracker, which is pretty cool. New York City Ballet, pretty legendary.
And it's like the highest, like the highest production of that.
Pretty much, it was some of the craziest production value I've ever seen. That's for sure.
Dope, man.
So that was pretty great, and just seeing the tree at Rockefeller, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, man.
I've never been to New York for Christmas, so it was
Me
like
and Sierra
Home
were just-
Alone.
Yeah, we're just saying Home Alone 2, man. It makes
Yeah.
me want to go to New York and just see
Yeah,
it,
no,
and
it was
experience
cool.
like that.
It is not like that in real life though, because Kevin goes to see the tree and he's by himself.
That's right.
I don't think there's any time of day that you could go to look at the tree and you would be by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's right, because there's a crowd of people all the time.
Yeah, it was like 10 deep the whole time, like
Yeah.
just to get to the edge, and there it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was super cool.
You didn't see Donald Trump at the Plaza Hotel?
He was not there, but we did see Tim Curry. He was working. He was doing a shift, and
Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry.
the bellboy was Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Yeah, that's awesome. And Cliff, the security guard.
Yes. But yeah, it was cool. So glad to be
Awesome,
back,
man.
though.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you got to get out there.
I made it out of. If I made it there, so I think now I can make it anywhere. Is how. I think that's how it goes.
The concrete jungle.
Yes, the jungle
Where
completely
dreams
concrete.
Made of.
Dude, we heard that song
Yeah.
so many times with
I
all
do.
the pedicabs, all the bike cabs.
have to.
That's all. They just blare it to attract tourists. They're like, I'm in New York, and also because it was Christmas,
I'm in New York.
we heard Mariah Carey. Those two songs were the only songs we heard.
Oh, no, she's been defrosted since like October, dude.
Yeah,
You know what
they
I mean?
were
So-
thawing her out with the
That's-
hair
yeah.
dryer. Yeah, it was cool. It was super cool.
He's lying. He was really filming sneaker shopping with Joe LaPointe.
I did do it, dude. Can you imagine if I didn't tell you and you just saw
I
it?
would kill you. Actually, no, I'd be like, dude, that's tight.
We went to a Nets game, which was cool.
That was awesome too.
The Nets made me look like a liar because
Why?
I told my wife that I'm like, oh, what the Magic are so hot right now. Paulo Banchero, he's gonna kill these guys. No, they lost by like 25.
And they are good right now.
And Banchero ended
not
up
that
with
game.
a decent game.
Yeah.
He was like flirting with the triple double, which is good, but he could not score. He just was like 2 for 9.
Oh, God.
It was awful. And we're sitting there, and she's like, "I thought you said this guy was good." I'm like, "He is, I promise."
Just not tonight.
Just not right now.
Yeah.
McCall Bridges went for 40 though, so that was pretty cool.
That was cool to watch.
Yeah.
And he's a good player. And you got to see Barclays, so that's cool.
Yeah, Barclays was cool. It's really kind of the outside is really cool, and then the inside was kind of just like any other arena. I thought there's some of the arenas that have had either facelifts or they're new. They have like cool stuff. Like I know in I think in MSG there's supposed to be like a bodega, and you can go and
Oh, that's cool.
And then I know in State Farm Arena in Atlanta, they have like a barbershop.
Yeah.
So I thought that there was something like that, something cool like that in Barclays, but no, it's just great views. Yeah. Anywhere you sit in that arena, you're gonna see the game really well.
Right.
So that was cool. Because I feel like sometimes at Staples, if you get into like the 300s, it's really hard to see.
It's pretty hard.
But I don't think that would be the case there. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was cool. Yeah. All in all, good trip. Happy to be home. Sun shining here.
Your own bed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also, thank you for letting me use your house when you left. Me and my mom are very thankful for that.
Yes, anytime.
We did not have water for a day because a pipe burst, and they were nice enough to let me use the house.
We did charge him a little bit. $5 an hour.
A gallon.
A gallon. It's like gas. It's like gasoline.
DWP.
Yeah.
But let's get down.
Enough fun stuff.
To brass tacks.
That's how you get down to brass tacks. You have to rip stuff off the wall. That's what that was.
You gotta get all of it.
For you at home.
If you knew what that was, that's right.
New releases.
Hit them.
A fun crop of shoes, I think.
I haven't seen them.
You have not seen them.
I'm very excited.
These are sneakers. You wear them on your feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like that, but a little different.
Okay. I'm a slides guy.
Oh, okay. First up,
Fire.
the Adidas Crazy 8. Mm-hmm. Kind of, I've been calling this like the reverse because it's kind of the traditional classic pair that Kobe debuted was mostly black.
Yes.
And this is kind of a mostly white. I think he wore these too.
He wore this. This is like basically the home pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, super good deal. I think these came out maybe early November, so they've been around for a while because they did another batch of Crazy 8 releases this year. I think you had mentioned when we covered that in the episode, they do it every few years or so, it seems like. But this is the most recent colorway. This and the original are on sale right now for $98, and they're normally $140. So
and
good deal.
I was just gonna say that they are on sale again. So
yeah,
I mean,
super good deal.
For those of you who are asking for Kobe's, here's another one. You know what I'm saying?
They also I saw
this
is more. I guess even more. I think these just came out a week ago, but I saw they released the Crazy 3. Kobe's shoe.
Which one is that? I think.
They're calling it.
Oh, is it like the squiggly one kind of?
No, it's the. I'll pull up a picture. I
have to see it.
Infinity. Mm-hmm. I think they changed the name once Kobe's no longer.
Okay.
It was this one, the big block one.
Oh, okay, I remember that. Yeah. That's when he started to.
He was like, "Oh, these suck," but they are out. If anyone is interested. Mm-hmm. So they're definitely doing a lot of Kobe releases to try and match Nike, I guess.
Well, I mean,
good luck.
Nike's got some stuff lined up.
They got some stuff.
Yeah,
they're loaded up.
But I mean, Adidas is doing great right now.
Since we last talked, they had that like sneaker award show, and I think everyone was kind of making a big deal out of it, but Adidas said like Nike, the CEO of Adidas said, Nike, we're coming for you. I think it was very playful, but Nike said like, oh, we got stuff for you.
As soon as he said that, KD posted something on IG, LeBron posted some stuff. I'm like, oh man, they went and got the big dog. Yeah.
Here's the soles on these.
Oh, I love that they added the purple.
I know, it's super nice.
I love it so much.
Super, super cool.
A very grippy shoe. Also, lots of rubber on it. So I would imagine that the retooled version now would be perfect for outdoor and indoor.
Yeah, they seem super comfy. That's for sure.
Thank you, by the way. I have not worn mine, but I am going to soon.
You've worn them here. You
wore
them once, yeah.
Yeah, and I love them.
They're nice. They look good. Next up, a Christmassy pair.
Okay.
The Nike Air Force Ones.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, these are pretty well done, I think.
I like that a lot.
I like the gum sole. Kind of, I think it matches really well with everything.
Right.
The laces I like a lot too. Yeah, these are cool.
Almost like a nylon type of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
I like that. I like that material, and this is almost like a smooth leather. I can see.
Yeah, it looks
almost like you can
nice.
Scratch it with your finger. Or something.
Yeah.
But I love those colors. I'm a sucker for those like the greens and the browns and the beiges. You know what I mean? Gum sole. So
I know. I really like the gum sole on this pair.
Sucker for gum sole, dude.
I feel like sometimes it's hard to like implement it. But
yeah.
When if it's done well, it's like, oh.
Imagine making a pair and you're just like, how do we make it better? Gum sole, just gum sole. I like the laces too. So.
Yeah, I thought these were cool. Yeah, I think the laces actually add quite a bit, like kind of help bring it together in a way.
Yeah. There is a series that came out a couple years ago called the Pendleton series, and a lot of it looked like it had printed stuff, like almost like a Native American type of prints, and this feels like it falls under that and kind of like inspired by that. But this is very good colorway, dude. Good
yeah, these just released at the end of November, so they definitely kind of put them out there for, Black Friday shopping and
exactly
early Christmas stuff. These would be cool. You had them at Christmas dinner.
It's the colors are fitting for the season. So
do not miss.
Very good pair. I like that.
These are out right now, $135 for the retail price. So a little bit,
not bad.
A little hefty for Air Forces, but
would you buy them?
I would.
I think I'd buy those.
I would. I mean, that's the tough thing is that like I'd probably really only want to wear them around Christmas. But that'd be cool if you got to that point, where you had seasonal shoes.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that.
That'd be cool too. Yeah.
Next pair up is something. I definitely my homerism is coming out because I've grown to like these because I'm wearing them.
I think we're finding your number one favorite, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's almost like a Bred
It's
pair.
like a Bred Terminator 1. I really like these.
Those are cool.
I thought these came out looking like really good.
Reminds me of like boxing or something.
Yeah, it looks like a boxing shoe. Yeah.
Well, this is what reminds me because of the high ankle.
Yeah. But yeah, new Terminators. We were talking about this. They've been doing a lot of Terminator releases just within the last few months, really, because there wasn't a lot of details put out about it, but they did a cool like historically black colleges and universities releases. So they did some Tuskegee.
I saw that
pair, a Tennessee pair,
the Tennessee State, right? Yeah, I saw that. Those are cool too. Those are kind of crazy.
Those ones were crazy. Those had like the zebra print on them, and they had like blue and red. They were pretty vibrant. But they've been doing a few collegiate releases, and this is kind of. They just released this and also like a green and yellow pair. Kind of looks like Sonic's colors almost.
Yeah.
So
I saw that pair too. That pair's
interesting.
Nice. Yeah. Can you give us your like a little review on your pair so far?
And I did. So I did wear these in New York. I wanted to show them that I have cool shoes. Style. I have Nikes. And they were actually surprisingly really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I was expecting because. Usually when I wear these, it's to work and I just sit all day. So I didn't really have a good idea. But they were super comfy. Like they were good for walking around.
Yeah.
They were comfortable as in like I didn't notice right away. Like, oh, my feet really hurt.
I mean, they're going to if you walk
too much, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I the only thing I'll say is I did want to switch to my Adidas the next day, which I did. I was like, I need something with a little more cushion because they're not very padded.
No.
And
right.
So, but they're good. They're super easy, and I think I like them because you get this bold look that you think of with like the classic Nikes, like the Jordan 1, the Dunks and stuff.
Right.
Like they have these thick bold lines and everything.
Right.
But I personally didn't feel too bad about like wearing them in New York and possibly beating them up because they're Terminators. They're not Jordans or anything like too crazy. So. It was good. Yeah, I liked them. Super comfy.
Nice, good. And I'm sure if you were to spend a day walking, I'm not saying that's not what it's made for. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So,
it wasn't like terrible because like I wore them all day one day, and then the next day I'm like, I should wear my. I think it was raining the next day too, so I was like, I'm not gonna. I didn't want to wear them in the rain still, because they're all leather. So I just wore some Adidas. But then the day after that, I was like, I'll put these on again. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, my foot hurts. So it was. I thought they were pretty comfortable. Like, they were good.
Nice.
Yeah. So
go guys, go get your
I just like I said, I like the look. I think it just has a cool like kind of old school flair. So. Yeah.
And there's a huge influence in it, from the one and the Jordan 1, Nike Dunk High.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like it. Well, not exactly, but I mean, it has all the characteristics of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, just a beautiful silhouette and That's a good review. Go get your Terminators, guys.
Yeah, no, they're cool.
Yeah.
I'm super happy
lot
with
of them
them.
out. Yeah.
There are so many different pairs out right now. They still have the Georgetown lows available, and they have.
I know you love those.
Those are sick. Those are super sick.
I was gonna say, comment down below this video which Terminator Julie should get next.
Oh man,
Because there's like a million colors.
this one. these when I saw these, I was like, oh, these are
those
sick.
are sick.
They do look like a Bred one.
It's definitely.
I think
a
it's
Bred
cool.
color.
You know, like it's kind of funny, but I think they look super good, dude.
No, and then they mismatched. I love that they went with the white swoosh.
Yeah.
You know, and then the red Nike.
The red Nike on the back, yeah. I kind of wish this was red, the heel.
Red. Or I think or continued the black even.
Yeah.
But they needed the contrast.
They usually try and use it to contrast.
Yeah.
Like mine is red on this pair, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I get it, but if it had been red or I think if it was red or black, I'd be like, oh.
This don't bother you though.
But no, no, it does not.
You got a price for this pair?
Yeah, $125 right now.
See, and
Not too bad.
Terminators is such a good price, man.
They're a pretty good price because you get. I mean, they're all leather usually. Like so.
You've also had those for a couple of months now. So durability wise, they look brand new still.
Yeah, no, they've been super durable.
You haven't even needed to clean it yet.
No, I probably do now, but it's even like it's really just on the midsole.
Just on the bottom.
Yeah, it's really not too bad. They've been. I think that's what I've liked the most is they're super durable.
Yeah. And they feel broken in now.
And it's good. Like I feel like I said, I feel like you don't have to feel guilty of like, oh, I don't want to crease them or I don't want to beat them. I think this is a good pair to look good, but also you can beat them up. Like this pair, I got them half off, and they're still half off. They're trying to get rid of these. So.
Yeah, for sure. I see what you're saying too. You know. I like to take care of my stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna beat some down to the bone, but I will definitely wear it.
You have to wear them, right? Yeah.
Wear your kicks, right? And take care of it. But in terms of the Terminators, again, like that, it's half off. If you wanted to wear them all the time and beat them up, get another pair half off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cheap.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not like an Off-White where you can beat up a $500 pair and buy another. You're not gonna buy another.
You're not gonna buy another one. No.
Exactly.
Even like with the Jordans I hit on, my only like Jordan 1s I have, I'm like, I'm not gonna take these to New York. I don't want to mess them up. I'll wear these at home where I know I can. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's why I like the Terminators because I'm like I like how they look. I do want to get a pair of lows. I'm curious to see how I like them.
Yeah.
Compared to.
And how your fans.
My fans love them.
Now how the pants fall on the lows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
This is totally different.
Yeah.
That's cool.
One day, if they release these in lows,
okay.
Why not? But anyways, enough about that's a little homerism for me.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, these are nice.
Julie the Terminator, dude.
Come with me if you want to live. That's what these shoes tell me every day. It's so weird.
That's why they came to New York,
yes,
right?
Yeah. One more pair up in the new releases. Well, two really, but one here that we wanted to shout out. The Adidas Special.
Beautiful.
Inter Miami.
Yes. When these came out, me and Julie spoke about them briefly. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of regret it a little bit because I had a chance to get them on this site. It was only $100.
Oh wow, that's a good deal.
And I went to. They obviously didn't have the Spezials at the Adidas store, but I was there on Thursday. They didn't have this colorway. And I looked on Goat. They're not on StockX, but on Goat, and my size is going for $275 now.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they're.
Do they have a 9 on there?
They do not have 9s anymore. It's kind of interesting.
That's actually good. Good.
Because normally, they're available for $110. They're still available in some of the larger sizes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I feel like normally Nike sometimes they release up to like men's 18, like crazy big, and obviously those are going to be there forever.
Yes.
But Adidas, their biggest size is a men's 14. And they still have availability in that all the way down to an 11. So there's still some availability. 110 like we mentioned. But yeah, this super cool pair.
I'm just in love with the shape, you know. So
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask you about just Adidas like silhouettes in general because I feel like a lot of their more casual shoes like this they kind of all have the same look to me.
Oh,
as like more casual.
It's all supposed to kind of be around like kind of like that tennis look.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Stan Smith. You know, Sambas. All in the same family of shape and roundness and you know, and sleekness or whatever. But I'm just there's also a Adidas skateboarding, their version of like a Nike SB. They have it's called the Busenitz. It's I guess he was like a skater, and they use this same they use this same silhouette, but then they change certain things for it to be more for skating.
For
so
the
like
cushion
the tongue and the cushioning, exactly.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they've always like. I mean, and especially now, they're catering towards like the Samba. Samba has had a huge resurgence this last year, I would say. Almost like it's almost like the new like their Panda Dunk. Really.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But in terms of shape, yeah, it's always just been like that kind of like a walking shoe.
Yeah,
you know
pretty low profile.
A lot of white. You know what I mean?
Lots of white. Yeah,
and like gold lettering, and then their special thing is like they put the letters on the side, or words on the side, and all that. So yeah, good pair, man. I mean, I don't have a pink shoe yet. I've always wanted to have like a pink, you know.
These would be a cool one.
Like a breast cancer awareness type of thing, you know. And I wanted that.
These are super nice. Yeah, everyone's jumping on that Inter Miami.
Inter Miami, yeah, and it's a nice,
messy hype.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, it's a cool homage to the jerseys that they wear too.
Yeah.
So they wear like that pink with the black. So
Miami loves their pink, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And on the tongue is also part of their logo, I believe. I forgot what the animal was. I think looks like a stork or something.
Yeah, like a crane.
Crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are cool. They're running out of availability though, so you know, if you guys are interested, don't hesitate.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Go get them.
Yes.
And then I don't have a picture for us to look at, but I'll put one up for y'all. Something upcoming that I feel like we've talked about, but I guess to do it a little more officially.
Yeah.
The Nike SB and Powerpuff Girls collaboration is coming out. These have, I mean, I feel like they've been hyping these up for like most of this year.
Oh yeah,
I remember in summer seeing like, first look and like teasers, like stuff was leaking about these.
And all those were leaks because Nike SB just announced that they're coming out with them like a couple days ago.
A few days ago, yeah.
So someone's been
on
the inside
it forever. Yeah. But they're doing 3 different pairs, all to represent 3 Powerpuff Girls: Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And I mean, we've talked about it before. I think they're really well done.
Tell them what you hate.
The eye
in the back. I hate it too.
On the heel is like, it just looks weird. Like I almost wish they did because I guess when you have your shoes together, it'll be a pair of eyes. But I almost wish
a picture from the back.
Yeah, I almost wish they had done a pair of eyes per shoe. I think I would make it, or preferably maybe just don't put eyes.
I was gonna say put both eyes here. Right? Like looking a direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because just the big eye in the back looks kind of funny.
It looks weird. Yeah. It looks.
And it's stitched in too.
Yeah. The quality looks super good.
Oh, quality's great. For sure.
And they're releasing through sneakers on the 15th.
As the same day as the Kobe.
Big day on sneakers.
Grinch. Yeah.
And then the day before on the 14th, select skate shops will be selling pairs. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's regional. I haven't read that it is.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. But yeah, check the links on Sneaker News for all the raffles for these coming out. I'm sure they're all out now.
Yeah.
For the skate shops, we'll be raffling these off. At this moment, the pink pair is the most expensive on StockX. It's at, I think, like $325.
Dang.
And then the blue and the green pair are behind that at around like $250-ish.
I do think that the Blossom pair, the pink pair, is
the best one.
The best one.
I agree. I'm the same boat with you.
I would go probably, I guess.
Gotta talk about that insole too. That insole is awesome.
Yeah, the insoles, it's got the
so cool.
Mojo Jojo, and it's all the cartoon effects and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. Very well executed collaboration.
Yeah.
And clearly they've been working on it a long time with
For sure.
how long this has been leaking for. But just wanted to put that on your guys' radar. This Friday they will be available on sneakers. So
a nice little
good luck.
Yeah, and I mean a nice nostalgic thing for people who love that show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was a huge show. So also that the Reverse Grinch Kobe coming out on that day. Vanessa Bryant recently just came out to say that this is going to be the most so far of inventory of to be released of that Kobe.
Which is kind of interesting because Nike said that the only people eligible to hit on it in sneakers are going to be people that have missed on the on Kobe's in the last 6 Kobe releases or something like that.
That was for the exclusive access.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Okay, I misread that then.
They did like they do it for every big shoe. So basically, their process is if you missed out on certain shoes, you get the exclusive access.
You're eligible.
So that's basically how they did it. And obviously they sold out quick. And we'll be waiting for both of these. All 4 pairs, really.
Yeah, all 4 pairs for sure. But yeah, cool pair to talk about. We'll have, like I said, we'll have some photos up there. They're really well done. But yeah, the Blossom pair I think is really, the green pair is nice too.
They're all actually really nice. It's just if you had to choose just one, I'd probably go the pink route.
But yeah, very cool. Lots of good stuff coming up for the holiday season. That's for shizzle.
Pick the one you want. I don't know how many you guys can get from Santa, but
Speaking of picking the one you want,
it's time.
It's not Dame time because it's Tyrese Haliburton time now.
It's time for Cop or Drop. We gotta get that. We gotta get that, buddy.
Cop or Drop time.
Yes.
Highly anticipated return.
Voted number 1 game in 75 cities. Right?
All 75 cities.
75 cities.
The rest of the cities, I don't know how it didn't do well.
Yeah.
But this may be, I don't know if we'll ever do a Cop or Drop better than this.
Damn, really? That crazy?
I don't know.
So again, I don't know. He doesn't tell me these, which I like because I want to be surprised.
I want to get your raw reaction. But yeah, this is
Balenciagas. Something crazy. Big red boot.
Big red boot. Big yellow boot.
Big yellow boot.
But yeah, so one of the crazier Cop or Drops I think we'll ever do, and maybe one of the toughest for you.
Okay.
But here we go. Without further ado, Cop or Drop. It's Grinchmas.
I can see it from there. Oh, that's hard, man. Why did you do this to me?
I know. Isn't that awful?
So, I mean, people are calling this the greatest Kobe of all time.
The Kobe 6 Grinch?
I don't know if I can say that, but I would not be mad at it.
It's definitely one of the most coveted shoes.
That's for sure.
Of all time. It's crazy how hype
that colorway.
This colorway is.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean, and then you have the reverse Grinch, so basically inverted. This one usually has the the red lace, but the green lace looks cool.
The green lace actually does look really good. Yeah.
We did have a conversation recently, and we were saying how these are like really perfect basketball shoes. Almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's become. If you were to say who is gonna follow Jordan in terms of who wears the shoe the most, becomes iconic on the court, it's got to be Kobe. I think 75% of the league wears it. So, I mean, it's crazy that we're seeing more and more Kobe's being worn in the NBA now.
Yeah.
Especially the 6.
Especially the 6, yeah.
You see this all the time.
We talked about this actually during the finals because this is what Christian Brown wore during the finals for the Nuggets. So, specifically the Grinch colorway too.
Yes.
So pretty interesting.
AD, I believe, debuted this during the Christmas game, either last year or 2021, one of those. But he wore that, and I remember saying like, "Oh wow, if that ever came out." And after about a year or so,
here we are. Here we are.
Okay. You know what, man? I'm gonna have to go I'm gonna have to go cop the Grinch and drop the reverse.
Ooh.
Even though, in before I die, I will own both. I have to. I have to own both.
Maybe this upcoming week.
But this upcoming week, I might own one. Exactly. Yeah. Are you gonna go for the reverse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be.
I feel
If one of us
like
win, then I'm happy.
I feel like it's such a special pair, and like you talked about, you know, the way people covet that original Kobe 6 Grinch colorway. Like, it's just such a cool thing, and especially because this is gonna be one of the like, I think it's the first like wide like full release of a Kobe since he passed. So it's just there's something special to it. I know they did the Halos, but that was like a very limited release. Yeah. So and
just to piggyback off that, like we're huge Kobe fans. Dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna resell this at all. This becomes more than just a pair that I'm gonna wear, dude. This is
family.
This is it. Okay, Fast and Furious. No, but it becomes like, you know, this is my Kobe pair. Like I have the Mambasita, and like I treat that a little more different than the other pairs. You know what I mean? Like, I will wear them, but it just definitely just means a lot more just because of who wore
for
that
sure,
shit, man. You know what I mean?
I think so.
What you copping and what you dropping?
I think I might go the opposite.
Yeah,
I think I might.
You can't go wrong.
Do the reverse Grinches. I really like the reverse.
It's so nice. They're both insane.
They're both crazy.
I know, like you could not have missed on that.
Such cool execution.
Yeah, really well done. And
Super well done.
Good choices, bro. I like that one. That's definitely my favorite one. So far.
I was nervous. I thought you were gonna. Who knows how long we might have been here for? You know.
Yeah. I choose the Grinch. Which one?
Both.
Yeah.
Do I have to drop one? Do you know how much these are coming out for? $210?
$210 or $220. It's one of those two.
And is it? I think it's just these sneakers, right? I don't think they're doing. Are they doing kid sizes?
It's yeah, it is actually. Yeah, there's youth. It's not. There's no toddler sizes.
Okay, they're
So
doing
it's just adult
youth.
and youth. Yeah. Also.
Yeah, big kids. Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy because when the Mambasitas came out, they also came out at undefeated and at 175. So these are. Also,
we are wrong. They're coming out. These are coming out for only 190. I think that's part of the reason why I'm cool. I want to try and get these because, like you said, Kobe's very important player to us, and it's a very important and special release, and they're not $250. No, you know? Like it's not insane.
A size 9 right now on StockX for these are at $400. And they were higher than that, but now that we're getting closer, they're dropping a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll shoot up again.
Oh no, they'll shoot up again for sure as soon as the 15th is
coming on. Yeah. But yeah, super cool.
Great pair, dude.
Very very cool pair. And now. The copper drop is done. That was it.
Yeah,
it's been copped and it's been dropped. Do you know how much off the top of your head, if you were trying to get a 6 Grinch, it would be?
Right now they're fluctuating from 5 to 6.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad. They were at 8 to 9 at the beginning of the year. So, like I said, there's a huge drop in reselling right now. So, again, get your shoes.
Get the shoes.
Yeah, even if it might even be a great investment to spend $500 on a shoe, which might be $1,000 next year. You know what I mean?
It might be.
Depending on how you want to handle that.
But now it's time for some heat on top of the feet.
On top of the feets.
On top of all of the feet. And covered with cheese. First up, the guy you sent me. It's a very Kobe-centric episode.
It is.
This week, but that's okay.
Homers.
Like you said, though, most people in the league, most NBA players wear Kobe's.
And we covered a lot of the other ones too. So
yeah,
you know.
I think that'll be interesting just to go back to that real quick. Like you mentioned, and we've talked about before, most NBA players are wearing some kind of Kobe, kind of something from Kobe's line.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting in like 10 years from now when presumably the international shoe brands that we talk about a lot, like Li Ning and players that grew up admiring Dwayne Wade or Jimmy Butler, like if those become more popular. I mean, it kind of seems inevitable, even like
Yeah.
Rigor, maybe, you never know.
Right.
But I think it'll be interesting to see how Kobe's are seen in the league in like 10
In
years
that
from
time,
now.
yeah.
Once more international brands and players start to kind of
Yeah, and then and as time
enter
goes
the
on,
market.
another maybe like you said, 10 years, so another decade will pass that of players that are new haven't seen Kobe really play.
Yeah, that would be
So,
interesting.
it
I
would be
think
interesting.
I think all that changes with like YouTube and stuff, you know, because
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Kobe's highlight. You can see pretty much every single
It's all
major
accessible
Kobe
now.
highlight. Where with Jordan, you can still see a lot, but it's harder to find some stuff. And before that, it's like, you
Yeah,
want
good
to see
luck.
Dr. J highlights? I'll show you two.
Do you have do you have a Betamax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, heat on the feet. This week you sent me this man who is igniting the league.
He's easily an MVP candidate, I think.
Really,
I think so.
that's
He's close to averaging a triple double, basically. And they're not a bad team, but obviously he's the engine there. So
I saw something crazy. So people, if you should know about Tyrese Haliburton if you're watching this, Pacers star. He is just one of the most efficient players in the NBA,
Yeah.
and like approaching historical territory, where the last 2 or 3 games now he hasn't had a turnover, and he's had stretches in his career where he's gone like 3 or 4 games where he's had double-digit assists and no turnovers.
Right.
And he's in one of those stretches right now. And he's just in the in-season tournament in particular. He's been going crazy. But I was seeing this thing where people were talking about players that have gotten double-digit assists
right.
and no turnovers, and obviously his name was brought up. And then I just saw Jokic had 2 of those in the last 5 games. You had Jokic just not that I don't want to take away from Hallie's shine, but Jokic against the Kings on the second had 36 points, 14 assists, and 13 rebounds with no turnovers. And then he had on November 29th against the Rockets, he had 32 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds, no turnovers.
0 turnovers.
It's crazy that there's 2 guys doing that.
Taking care of the ball, man. Hey, everybody out there, listen to that. Turnovers, that'll kill you.
Yeah, but this man, he's just been electric. Like when he hits those step back threes, and he's been hitting that little skip move lately.
He's starting to dance now. He did the thing to Dame. He did the Dame time.
He did the. It was even. I think it was even more cruel because he looked at his watch and he put his finger up and then he stopped.
And then
Like,
he's like,
it's not.
It's not Dame.
It's not Dame time.
Yeah.
And Dame was,
He's
took
like,
it in stride.
yeah.
He said, if I'm gonna
You
do
beat me.
that to people, I got to be able to take it from people.
Exactly.
So cool response. But yeah, the Pacers are playing the Lakers for the in-season tournament championship
Tonight.
as we record it Saturday.
So by Monday, the
Lakers will have won.
And then they asked the Lakers organization if they would put up a banner if they won it. I would be like,
No.
you don't have to. That's like maybe if it becomes more of a tradition, like they're obviously gonna do it every year.
I think it would be cool, and I don't know what the plans are, if they do it kind of like the Stanley Cup. If it's just one
Pass it
trophy.
around.
Yeah, so you get it. If the Lakers win, they're like, oh, we have it. We're the champions.
You gotta take
Enter
it
our
from
names
us.
in it or whatever. Yeah, you literally have to take it from us. I think that would be kind
That's
of
a
fun.
great idea.
Because we already have, like, if you win a championship, you get that trophy for life. Like,
Yeah.
that's with you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, with the organization, I should say.
And then if you lose it, your name's on there. You're still etched in the trophy forever.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to not have like every team just has one in their trophy room.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool to
I'm
have
cool with that
the
too.
one,
That adds to the to
the lore,
the lore and
yeah.
how hard you want to play, right?
I'll talk to Mr. Silver about this.
Okay, big A.
Big A. How have you been liking the tournament?
I think now that it's about to end, I think in terms of competition, it was a genius idea.
I agree.
I will still stand on my opinion that the only thing they messed up was the jerseys and the courts, and I would change the point differential to record.
I think record is the first thing, and then point differential is like the second tiebreaker. Yeah,
is that how they're
because
using it?
since it's only like 4 games you play. I think they had to have the point differential tiebreaker because you might have a few teams that are like 4-0 or
True.
whatever.
That's right. Right.
Yeah, I think overall it's been a great success. The courts and jerseys have not been a success, even to the point where they've asked the Lakers to change out of their special in-season tournament jerseys because it clashes with the
court. Yeah, and then which is dumb because now you're playing a semifinal with the regular jerseys.
And the whole point was to have these cool jerseys and cool courts.
Yeah.
Really, really kind of silly to me.
Again, they'll figure this stuff out.
But the players, the main important part is the players do seem to care.
They do.
Which is good. And I think it's always tough. I think, people look at sports with such reverence, and especially, I feel like especially the NFL and the MLB, because they're so old and they've been played for so long that many fans and the leagues themselves are hesitant to change things.
Right.
And I have felt that way about the NBA, and Adam Silver has come in and really tried to change quite a lot.
Yeah.
Most of it for the better. The play-in has been a really big success, and the way they've changed the lottery, I think, has been pretty good.
Right.
And this is, I think, is another good thing. I just think they're going to have to refine it, Yeah. I think they shouldn't be afraid to make changes.
Right.
Because I do think it can improve a little bit. It
can be tweaked, for sure.
My main thing that I keep falling back on that I talked about on here is, I kind of wish it was just all at once.
What do you mean?
So initially when the tournament started, it was every Tuesday and Friday. Those were tournament games.
Yeah.
And it lasted for pretty much the whole month of November, I think, because I remember they skipped the first Tuesday. We talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Because of it was election day, and the NBA doesn't play on election day, which is fine. I don't. If you skip a day, you skip a day. But I think it just got confusing because then, for me, once it got into the knockout round, they moved away from the Tuesday Friday thing.
They did.
It was the Lakers semifinal is on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it was, and as a fan, even someone I try to keep up with the NBA, we all have busy lives and whatever. I was like, oh, it's a tournament today? I didn't know that.
Yes.
It's not Tuesday. And you told me it was Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah, the semifinals on Thursday.
And then you changed it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, I don't know. I think it's a mistake. I think it would just be cool to just play all of them in a 2-week span. Just no other games. It's just in season. You can still count it towards the regular season, but just make them all played consecutively.
I think that makes it a little more organized. I immediately go towards I think most teams were already on their third game, and then the Raptors were the only team still on their first.
They hadn't even played or something.
So weird. Yeah, it was
really
weird. I don't understand why they were the ones singled out.
I think too it would just be cool. Let's say you just do it at the start of December.
Yeah.
Especially because I feel like NBA Christmas Day games are kind of a big deal in the sports world. Just keep that hype going. I think it'd be cool if you just did it the first 2 weeks of December are just the tournament. It could be a little mini March Madness, you know? Because it's not like they break up. If you broke up March Madness, it would lose all of its the weight it carries. So I think if you want it to be more exciting for fans, clearly the players care.
Yeah.
Do it all at once.
Exactly.
That's at least for me. I think it'd be easier for people to know what's happening, and it would make it more exciting because you're oh, they play tomorrow, or whatever, 2 days from now.
That's true. Yeah. And then you know it when it's coming. Like you said. Yeah. This championship game also does not count towards the season or fantasy basketball.
Really, I didn't know they weren't doing
the championship game.
Too. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. The fantasy game, this championship game is the only out of all the games.
Yeah, it's kind of like they don't officially count the play-in games for anything except for getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But those stats aren't kept officially anywhere.
Yeah.
And this I think is going to be kind of the same thing where it's just it's just its own thing, which is cool. I'm totally fine with that.
Right.
But I do just think it felt like this has been dragging on for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's exciting once we got to the knockout rounds, but for me, I would like it if it was just.
I agree with the dragging out and wanting to have it more compact in a 2 week span. I think that would make it a little more like I said, like a little more organized and a little more not as spaced out and waiting. We're waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was cool. Did you catch any of on Thursday? They had the ESPN and TNT like
Super
cross
cool.
coverage. Very
Super cool.
The halftime and like post game stuff was super fun. I thought Reggie with Doris Burke and Mike Breen was actually a little clunky. I really like Reggie.
Yeah.
But I just felt like they didn't quite like
Some
didn't
groups
have that
mesh.
rapport.
Some
Yeah.
groups mesh more than others.
Doc
Yeah.
and Candace on TNT with what's his name?
The white guy.
I can't. Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a
they're
great
good.
broadcast. And I usually really like Reggie, but yeah, that felt a hair clunky to me.
Oh no, he did.
And he kept saying stuff like, "Isn't that right, Doris?" And then it was like Mike Breen had to say something like about a timeout or like a sponsorship, so she just wouldn't say anything. That happened 3 times, and I only watched like the last half of this game, and it was like, "Isn't that right, Doris?" Anyways,
He's like about to start. I also told Julian I also didn't like the refs being mic'd up for the game. But I like it if you're gonna come back from commercial break and show pieces of what they're saying. But
don't do it live.
As the game was going, they're down, screen. It's just like, I was like, they're just yelling, dude. Like, and the announcers are talking. So it's like,
yeah,
you gotta take that out.
TNT always tries to. I remember they were during the All-Star game or I think it was the rookie sophomore game.
Yeah,
they had players with a mic and an earpiece.
Yeah,
trying to interview them during the game.
Dude.
Hey, what are you doing right now? I'm playing basketball.
I'm about to get cooked right now because you're asking me a question. Like at least in baseball they do that, but they're in the outfield waiting, right? This one, they're in mid. You know, like they're always talking.
Yeah. So hit by a gnarly screen.
Yeah.
Here's a close up of Hallie's shoes. These are custom. They're player edition, right? Or are they custom?
They were customized.
Okay, gotcha. Kobe 8s.
Kobe 8s to pay homage to one of Kobe's All-Star one of All-Star appearances. It was one of the years what red jersey was that? Oh, they're always red, but
it kind of looks
I forgot
like
which year.
2016?
Maybe
last year?
Maybe the last year.
Or maybe the gold kind of reminds me of like the
superhero looking one. You remember that?
I don't really remember a superhero looking one.
It was like where the West and the East were gold.
Oh yeah, I think it was in LA.
It looks like it's like a Superman.
I think it was
font.
in LA. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that was 2011. I think it was the LA.
But shout out to the young guys, paying homage to Kobe and stuff like that.
This was in the in-season tournament, the semifinals, I guess.
Against the Bucks.
Against the Bucks, yes. The Pacers ended up winning 128-119.
How surprised were you by that?
Convincingly. I was pretty surprised. I mean, the Pacers just look so good. And people have been criticizing their defense. But man,
that's the
their
knock on
defense
them.
looked good.
No, it's not bad.
They looked really good. Everything looked good.
Yeah.
And Tyrese Haliburton is he's crazy. 27 points for him, 7 rebounds, 15 assists.
Sheesh.
No turnovers on those 15 assists. Only 1 foul, too, which is kind of crazy. 1 block, and then he shot 11 for 19 from the field.
Dude.
3 for 9 from 3, which is fine.
Unconventional shot.
Yeah,
too,
he's
right?
got a
He's
weird
got a funky
looking
shot.
If it works, it works. But, man, what a crazy player. I don't know if this was ever on the table, but he was traded by the Kings to the Pacers in exchange for Sabonis, which is...
He's great.
He's great, and it's... we'll get to him, actually, a little later. But I don't know if this was ever an option, but can you imagine if they were able to flip Fox for Sabonis and keep Haliburton?
Oh, boy.
Woo! I mean, Fox is great. Fox is a stud, but Haliburton is just...
He's on another level right now.
On another level, I think.
He really is. And it's a trip to me to think, like, how do you think that would have went down if the trade didn't go through? Because then they basically have Haliburton there. But would he be able to expand his game as much as he did, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. With Fox there, I don't know if he would have been able to have as big of a role, and the team would just be so weird without a really good big like they have with Sabonis.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's true. They wouldn't have.
I don't know. He might have, because he's, at least Haliburton has Miles Turner now, like as like his big partner. But if for some reason the trade fell through and he was stuck in Sacramento, yeah, I think he'd be a different player.
I think so too.
I don't think he'd be this guy.
De'Aaron Fox is kind of a ball dominant guard too.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Moving it along though to the other half of that trade.
Yes.
We have Domantas Sabonis.
Kind of cool how that falls into place like that.
Yeah, that worked out very
Cool
well.
segue.
Good job.
Thank you.
He is wearing a player edition.
This is a P for show.
The Kobe 6.
As well. And what a beautiful...
Yeah, this is a great pair.
I mean, gray and the baby blue go so well together.
Yeah, they pair really well
so
together.
Good together. It almost reminds me of the... almost like the MPLS when they were like the Laker jerseys. That
Similar, for sure.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, these are dope.
Such a cool pair. Again, paying homage to Kobe, because Domantas Sabonis grew up watching him. And
grew up watching Kobe cook his father.
Cook his dad. Yeah, I was just going to say, I wonder if he was around or could pay attention enough already.
I'm actually not even sure if he was born when his dad,
because he's one of the younger
still
kids.
In the league. Because he's pretty young.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, this guy is a beast.
Yeah, man. He
is such a beast.
He's really good, and it's just like, people call that trade a win-win, which I think it is because the Kings are really good, but talent to talent, Haliburton,
yeah. I mean,
crazy.
If you had to, right?
Yeah,
Haliburton.
exactly.
But this guy, he carries his weight.
He does everything. Yeah, he really is like a jack of all trades. He's a Jokic light.
Basically.
I think a little bit better defense.
Yeah, a great passer too.
Yeah, really great passer. This was against the Pelicans, which the Kings actually ended up losing this game. This was a while ago. This was November 22nd. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 3 fouls on 8 of 11 shooting. And De'Aaron Fox had 26 and 5 assists. So pretty good game. Pretty good game. Surprised they lost. Especially the Pelicans are in such a weird
They're in a weird place.
LeBron kind of exposed Zion a little bit.
I was just going to say that. Like, Zion
gave him the Russell Westbrook treatment. Like, I saw a video highlighting this, and he just hung off him. Like, he just was like, you're at the three-point line, I'm at the free throw line. Bring the ball in. Go ahead. Try it. And he took those, 3 charges, so...
He did... I don't want to badmouth him. He looked... I don't even want to say he looked out of shape, but a lot of people are saying he looked out of shape. He looked a little just not invested in that game. I don't know. The right word.
Well, that's a perfect thing to say, because he said about a month ago he's trying to buy in or whatever, and it's like,
are you? Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you're trying? This team has been good without you. You should be like, what can I do to help?
Exactly.
But,
I mean, you want him to kind of, you hope that he kind of snaps out of it and becomes the player he should be. You know what I mean? But Sabonis is a great player.
Yeah, Sabonis.
Really, really good player.
Sabonis has been nice.
Well, I think he'll be an all-star this year.
It'll be interesting, too, because this year they're doing he was all-NBA last year. But they're doing all-NBA positionless this year.
That's right.
So I honestly don't know if he gets
5 guards.
Yeah, pretty much. He's averaging 18 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists, which is very similar to what he averaged last year. He's a great focal point for that offense where De'Aaron Fox can bring up the ball and they can run their sets, but they can give it to him in the middle and he can just put it anywhere you need it.
And he's a bully.
Yeah, man.
He's a big-time bully.
He's tough. He's super tough. So, yeah, he's really good. He's legit.
Definitely one of the players I like watching for sure.
Yeah.
And that team's gonna be good to watch. They will be lighting plenty of beams.
They will be lighting all of the beams. Although they've come back. They had a kind of rough start. Not rough, but they lost 3 in a row at one point. But they're 12-8, so that's respectable. Especially the West is the West, so gonna be rough.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a slobber knocker.
That's gross. But that is all she wrote for 31. Reggie Miller episode.
Who else is 31? Sean Marion?
Yeah, good call.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's it?
I can't think of another one.
Who would win, Sean Marion or Reggie Miller 1-on-1?
Ooh, probably Reggie.
Probably Reggie.
Reggie can.
Shot me and be like, yeah.
He shot granny style, but also he didn't.
No, it was like
it was underhand, but
the ball was flipping this.
somehow it wasn't.
Yeah.
I like Sean Marion though, man.
He was great.
So good.
I met him.
Oh, you did? That's cool.
It was him and the whole Mavericks team. We were at the club, and they were coming in to like the hotel.
Nice.
And I was like, we're like these 12,
These tall
17
people.
guys. Yeah. They're all cool. Super cool guys.
He also has one of the most hysterical NBA bloopers of all time, where it was like a mid-game jump ball, and he's not jumping, but he gets it, and he just runs with it the direction it was tipped, but it's the wrong basket, and he slams it. One of my all-time favorite plays.
That's awesome. Mine is I forgot his name, but he was playing against the Knicks, and he's on a fast break, and he trips, and the ball hits him in the face. And
yeah.
You remember that guy?
What was
I love that. I love that.
That was
clip
recent.
so much. No, it was kind of old. Or it was when like Chandler Parsons was there and something.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He played for Ohio State or something.
God, that's so funny.
That's one of the funniest Shaqtin' fools I've ever seen.
I think one of the worst ones too is Brandon Knight when he was on the Bucks against the Nets. Gets the steal. They're down by 1.
Yes.
Has a wide open layup and clanks it. Oh,
that's pretty awful.
man.
Brandon Knight's on the wrong side of a lot of highlights, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this.
One of the most cooked players
Ever. Yeah.
Put a fork in him.
He probably hates Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Let us know next week if you guys have any pairs you'd like us to talk about or anything you'd like us to do for Copper Drop.
Try to top this one, guys, because that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is hard.
But there's a lot of heat that we can put on Copper Drop. You know what I mean? So, comment down below. Like our video, subscribe to our channel.
Stay tuned.
We got a lot of stuff, again, coming up. Christmas. A lot of Christmas stuff coming up. And obviously New Year's. So, thank you for tuning in. We will catch you next week on the Flippity Flop.